We start with some overnight news now. Crews are fixing part of a road in northeast Albuquerque after a hit-and-run crash early this morning. Police on the scene right here tell us that a car blew through a two-way stop going west on Indian School right at Broadway. The driver hit a motorcycle and then took off. That rider was rushed to the hospital. We do not know how he or she is doing right now. The crash damaged a manhole, and crews closed the intersection to go ahead and fix that.
A man who admits to authorities he put a gun to his baby's head and pulled the trigger is now on his way to prison for a long time.
But some say that is not long enough.
Saying sorry is not even enough. There's so much I do without her. I wish what she would have looked like today.
All right, that is Chris Rains in court yesterday taking a plea deal. He killed his 9-month-old baby, Trinity, in 2009 after finding out his ex was dating another man. This is the little girl. Yesterday, Rains was sentenced to 36 years in prison, but Trinity's grandfather is not happy with that.
We're going to suffer for the rest of our life, which that is, we don't know, only God knows, but we're going to suffer for more than 36 years. And it's going to be in our memories for a lot longer.
All right, if Chris Rains behaves in prison, he could be free when he's in his mid-50s. Well, the son of a powerful state legislator is now on thin ice with his own powerful state job after racking up his third DWI charge. Randy Saavedra was arrested last week and accused of driving drunk. Randy is the son of Kiki Saavedra, chair of the powerful State House Appropriations and Finance Committee. Now, despite getting arrested again, Randy is still working as the programs director at the 13th Judicial District Attorney's Office. His boss, District Attorney Lemuel Martinez, says the office is doing an internal affairs investigation right now.
Based on the advice of the attorney on that investigation, we'll do the appropriate thing within the law, within our policy, etc., and moving forward on this case.
Randy Saavedra told us here at News 13 he had no comment on the story. The search is now on for a hit-and-run driver who seriously hurt a motorcycle rider. Police gave us these surveillance pictures of an SUV, looks like a light-colored Chevy Suburban. This is back from April 29th. Officers say it ran the red light at Paseo del Norte and the northbound frontage road right here near Target, and it caused James Tauscher to slam into the back of that Suburban when he was on his motorcycle.
We now know a Santa Fe man who died after a bar fight died of suffocation due to pressure on his chest cavity. The fight was January 18th at Tiny's Restaurant and Lounge in Santa Fe. Police reports indicate that 42-year-old James Rockford was drunk during the fight. It ended with 4 men pinning him to the floor. According to witnesses, he told the men restraining him he couldn't breathe. Now, today's New Mexican reports that Rockford's father says this wasn't an investigation and that they were just stacking evidence against his son. He claims most of the witness statements came from the men involved in the fight. Investigators have turned their findings over to the district's attorney's office. One man is already charged with a killing outside of a Farmington mall. Well, now a judge has ruled that there is enough evidence to try his brother on murder charges too. The brother, 28-year-old Luis Ramirez, is accused of being the getaway driver in the shooting death of Johnny Villalpando back on April 27th. Cops say Villalpando was sitting in his car outside the Animas Valley Mall with his wife and kids. They say he was shot 15 times. Ramirez's brother, 22-year-old Alejandro, is believed to be the triggerman.
If he wants his charges dismissed, the wrestling star from Rio Grande High School accused of mugging a smaller student will have to set up an anti-bullying program. Nick Chavez charged with battery and larceny after investigators say he stole $15 from the younger student in February. Well, last week, Judge Daniel Ramsick told Chavez the charges would go away if he was good for 3 months. We checked court documents, and they show that Chavez also has to sponsor or start an anti-bullying program at the school if it's doable. But Superintendent Winston Brooks tells us it's not doable because Chavez graduates next week.
Now, I'm not sure making it right is for him to create a new anti-bullying program. We have anti-bullying programs.
After Chavez was charged, he was suspended from school, but politicians helped him get an emergency hearing and a judge to overturn the suspension and let him wrestle in the state tournament anyway.
Today, we'll get our first look at a new school in Albuquerque that will let high school students get college credit. The new school is going to open up this fall on CNM's main campus off of Cole. It will help out high school kids in Albuquerque. Governor Susana Martinez, Education Secretary Designate Hannah Scandera, Superintendent Winston Brooks, and many others will be at the school this afternoon.
Well, the next time you see Santa Fe's finest, they might be looking a little sleeker. They're getting new cars and motorcycles. Police up there are, and they're going back to the traditional black and white colors, the red, white, and blue logos. These ones will soon be a thing of the past. And get this, it's interesting. The new cars have a rumble siren system that makes the ground shake while cops are running their lights and sirens.
That is interesting.
It's a very good
Never
concept.
heard of that.
Yeah, a way to get people to pay attention and move out of the way. All right, the federal government wants to take $26 million from New Mexico.
And Senator Tom Udall is now trying to step in and stop it. The issue here is the royal ties the state gets from mineral extraction. See, a lot of the extraction for oil, natural gas, coal, and other minerals takes place on federal land, and the government gives back some of the money to New Mexico. The feds now want to cut that off, though, to fix the problem with the budget cuts.
It's the tip of the iceberg on that. We've got federal impact monies to our schools, obviously, are there. We've got federally paid employees that work at our veterans hospitals and nursing homes in the state of New Mexico that could really be devastating when you start looking at it across the board.
Senator Udall and a senator from Wyoming are working to introduce a bill next week which would block the federal government from taking that money. Well, you will get to see your tax dollars being put to work today. We are talking about the opening of the new Bosque Trail. The trail is 10 miles long, running between Rio Bravo and Alameda Boulevards. It's basically across Albuquerque. The ribbon cutting is this morning at 10 at Bridge and Alameda Boulevards. Now, this is the inaugural Tour del Bosque event featuring bike and trail related activities that are going on throughout the weekend.
That sounds like a lot of fun. This too, you and your kids can help celebrate Nurses Week with a teddy bear clinic today at UNMH. Starting at 8:30 this morning, the hospital is having a clinic complete with an area to fix so-called broken bones, plus places for CAT scans, surgery, and more. About 200 kids are set to be there.